Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. So here he is right now, guys, jumping in. Edwin Britt is the man with the plan. What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Hey, Michael, I'm doing fantastic, man. I hope you are.
I know you've been running and gunning, man. Congrats. Buying and selling. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I jumped in too. I've been going hard all day, so we got caught out a little bit. I hope you guys can hear me all right.
Yeah, good. And I'm in my new home, my new office, so I apologize. My lighting isn't set yet, but it's at least I'm here tonight, Michael. Looking forward to it.
That's right, brother. We're here, ready to go. Thank you guys for joining us. No matter if you're joining us live right here from wherever in the world, whatever platform, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, StreamYard, any other stuff that Guy and ER have added us to, more and more growing daily, guys. We have 60,000 plus users. We're over in a dozen countries. I need to update that too. What up, Jay Clark? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, guys. Good to see you. A couple others are on watching tonight. Just wanted to say hello to everybody out there in the LFI Shuffle world. We are having a fantastic summer. It's just getting underway here, E. We just finally are getting some sunshine in the great state of Texas.
Hey, man, I can relate to that, Michael. We've had a little bit here in a little sunshine, a little bit of rain here in North Carolina. I'm gonna toss it to you, and then I'm gonna hit another light right here because it looks like I am almost in the dark. But just give me a second.
Right. I'm in the light here, man.
Hey, here's the thing, though. Here we go. Here's the thing is, Michael, tonight, man, as our people join us for our Discover, for our call today, we want to just pour and talk about the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. Man, there's such a big gap between growth and fixed. And Michael and I are going to share with you some of the benefits of that, what the vision of that looks like. Most importantly, we're going to attach it to a process that will allow you to get it. Michael, take it for just a minute, and I'm going to grab some more light here for us so I'm not quite so in the dark, okay?
Okay. I got something for you as far as, I'm really excited to talk about this tonight, everyone, because growth mindset compared to fixed mindset. And then there's a whole lot of things that are posted. Rebecca posted some cool stuff this evening, earlier today, about the growth mindset and the fixed mindset and what the differences are. We're going to talk a little bit about that this evening, but it's growth mindset is a responsive mindset. It's a problem-solving mindset. It's not always a positive attitude, but it's the right attitude in that moment. When you talk about attitude, moment, process, that's all about growth mindset. Willing to grow, willing to move, not being stuck in the mud like I have one way, only way, this is always. And why do we do it like that? Well, because it's always been done that way. That is not a growth mindset. And that's like the old ham story that we talk about. The little girl comes in on Thanksgiving and walks up to her mom and says, "Mom, why do you always cut the end of the ham off before you stick it in the oven?" And she said, "Well, we come from a long line of really great family recipes, and that's how my grandmother taught me." And the grandmother was over there and cooking the apple pie up. And she said, "Grandma, why you cut the end of the ham off?" And she said, "Well, you know what? Your mom's exactly right. We always have a tradition. We do things the same way. That's why our recipes are so good. My mother, your great-grandmother, taught me, and she's out on the front porch taking a nap because she was retired at Thanksgiving at that time, and she didn't do a lot of cooking." Well, at this time, all three of them were kind of excited. So the little girl, the mother, and the grandmother kind of hustled out on the front porch, and they said, "Grandma, why do you cut the end of the ham off before you stick it in the oven?" And she said, "Oh, child, my roaster was too small." So every time I hear that story, it's like it's a fixed mindset. We do things because we've always been given that way. We don't ask the question why and what is there. Why do we do it this way? What else is there out there? I wonder, and I think about this all the time, Edward. How many pounds of ham was wasted over that generational family because they were just doing it that way? So a growth mindset is looking at things in a different perspective also, and I want to talk about that tonight.
Michael, that's a great question about how much ham was wasted. Here's an even better question. How much potential, all right, has been left here after we've already gone there, right? Think about that. Man, time, hey, let me just clue everybody in. Time goes by fast. We can't wait around. Like, you cannot wait to be great. You can't wait and say, "Wow, I wish one day I wish I had done that." You want to say right now, hey, what is my mindset? So the first question to ask yourself tonight, whether you're seeing this live now on one of the platforms later, is, hey, what really is my mindset? Have you slowed down long enough to even consider an essentially important question? And if it's fixed, then it kind of says, I am what I am. It's a destination. This is where I'm going to be. And gosh, Michael, we meet so many people that, in spite of our best intentions, that's the choice they make. My grandfather taught me a long time ago. In fact, it's the same grandfather that gave me this golf club, this old persimmon club. It's the only thing I got from him after he passed away, except for his wisdom. And I wouldn't trade. You couldn't write me a check big enough for this golf club, right? Because it reminds me, right, that Edwin, it's not what you do, but what you say, what you implement now. What a great example he set of having a growth mindset. And Michael, you know this, man? My grandfather passed away at like age 94. And at about 86, 87, he'd take me out to the farm and he'd outwork my 20-some-year-old butt any day of the week, right? That is an example of having a growth mindset, Michael.
Well, see, we never arrive, Edwin. You train to this so well. I mean, we're always coaching to the target. That's what we want to do. We want to coach to the target. So we have to. You cannot hit a target you can't see. And what that does, if you talk about growth mindset opposed to set mindset, as far as a stagnant to the self, this is how we do things. This is how it is. No leverage. That totally puts a lid on the jar. You talk about the flea trainers, right? We've heard that story about, you can train fleas. The flea circus is a real thing. And I said, no, what are you talking about? Yeah, you throw fleas in a jar, you stick a lid on them, and guess what happens? They jump up and they hit their head on that lid. Well, eventually, the flea says, this hurts my head. It breaks the will of the flea. So when I take the lid off the jar, the flea forever will only jump this high. Why is that? Because his mindset is fixed. Why can you go to a circus and you see these huge elephants and they have just a band around their leg? That's it, an ankle, just a band. They could go anywhere they wanted to. They're the biggest things in the world. When they were young, they were given that band with a stake tied to it, a huge heavy chain, and now they can't go anywhere. In their mindset is fixed. They know for a fact that they feel that they can't go anywhere. That is exactly where we are as a society, where you've been conditioned to do. We have been stuffed in this box, and people are telling you, oh, no. Whoa, watch out. Be careful. That's no good. Watch out. Look out now. How many times have I heard that here in Texas? Look out now. That's a tough industry. Look out now. Not sure about that. Look out now. If you buy that calf, oh, my goodness, the back. So, man, dude, growth mindset is problem solving. It's ways we get around things, and that's how we can flip the script and invent new things, Edwin, because we can't be a flea. We're going to hit our head, understand, find a way to get around that jar, raise that lid, blow it off. What can we do with it?
So, Michael, the question then becomes, because I think anyone who had heard these words tonight would go, okay, yeah, I want some of that. I want to reevaluate. I want to take an in-depth look, not a casual glance. So how do we get there? Well, guys, we're going to bring right back in this foundational process that Michael and I talk about just about every single time we come to you live, or we do a live event around America, or we're on a consulting call. It is constantly something we're talking about. And the reason we are is because we're constantly living it in every aspect of our lives. Every aspect. Michael talks about the wheel. He's so eloquent in that. But every spoke in your life, right? This process, trust, is the foundation that you build a growth mindset. Here's a couple of examples. You hear us talk about this. What you send out is what you get back. So every day you can have a fixed mindset that says, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Pretty good. The traffic was bad. The weather sucks. God, this economy. I mean, Michael laughed. The reality is, and perhaps the audience, but how many people do you know that are that way? And more importantly, are you that way? What you send out is what you get back. When Michael, that's the energy you see Michael and I exchanging, and when you greet us or see us out in public, it's exactly the same. Listen, I've seen Michael after two 6-hour presentations we've done live, a late flight, an early morning, respond exactly the same way at 5:30 in the morning with 2.5 hours sleep when we got to get up on a plane to go to the next city to the lady that's at the elevator pushing the cart to go clean the rooms. What you send out is what you get back. So when you can send out energy, when you can decide that you're going to have a fantastic day, that you're going to live up to your best potential, that you're going to have that energy management that is one that would transfer feelings. So you're transferring that energy. So, Michael, you and I, you've heard me do it a million times. I go, hey, you doing? I'm doing better than good. We get on coaching calls and people go, hey man, how you doing? And they're expecting, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? I go, man, I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great if it was any better. And guess what they always do? They go, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? Michael, you live that so well, man. What we send out is what we get back. That's an example outside of our trust process of our preparation, right? The planning and preparation of the T. Just one example. Give the audience another example of how the trust process helps drive your growth-minded mindset and the results and impact that has for you in your life.
Yeah, I got a couple more things for you, Edwin, tonight. Thanks for setting me up for that, because the trust process is habit. The trust process is think, plan, and prepare, relate, uncover the person's need, offer the solution, take massive action. Think, plan, and prepare, uncover the need, or relate, uncover the need, take massive action. That's the trust process. I use it with my family, I use it with my daughters, I use it with the lady I'm talking to at the restaurant that I'm about to go into right now. I use it everywhere I go. It's a fundamental thing that I have muscle memory myself into, spiritually, mentally, physically, personally, professionally, career, financially. I use it. It's the underlying financial thing for our sales process, our leadership process, our culture development and collaboration that we do with companies. It's also a life by design. It is the foundation that we do. It's in my construction company. We run that. It's in my dealership, my car dealership. We run that. I have a labor company that has 2,000 employees. We run the trust process with every single person that comes through there. We ask why and what. We flip the script. We inspect what we expect. We pull out the white gloves. Everything that we teach in Mindset of a Champion is just a direct result of what I have lived, failed, and learned at. Edwin has lived, failed, and learned at. What he learned from his mentors, what people that have poured into me, my coaches, my teachers, my grandparents, my family. Edwin, for the people that have poured into him, the same people, including Mr. Zig Ziglar that he shared the stage with and mentored under. That's exactly that's what growth mindset's about. You find yourself getting stuck into it, just a fixed mindset that I can't go anywhere. Stop complaining. That's one. I'm gonna give you one thing to break out of this thing tonight. Stop complaining. Boom. That's all I'm going to do is focus on stop complaining. Even go to the point. Go to the point. I've done this lately because I got in a fixed mindset. I'm on my 22nd or 23rd day of not complaining no matter what. I've caught myself complaining and getting a little bit negative about, and I'm not saying I'm always positive, but I do have the right mindset. I have the right attitude when I go forward. But I caught myself going, man, you don't believe this. My close people that I can really let my guard down. So I said, hey, and I've even gone to the point when I'm complaining, Edwin, I say, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So I catch myself. And what I've done over those 20 days is restructure my mind and reset myself to where I used to be, to the standard I used to be. And I use the trust process to just do one simple thing, just not complain about it. People cut me off in traffic. I'm not going to complain about it. My wife doesn't come to the same response I wanted her to have when I walked in the front door. I don't complain about it. I just keep my mouth shut, let it pass, think, plan, and prepare, find a way to relate to her, uncover the need that she needs and I need to offer a solution where we can move together forward and take massive action on it. What is that? Oh, it's a trust process. I just did that with my wife. Instead of complaining about it, I went into the trust process. I would not be able to do that if I didn't have the muscle memory I had now. Now, what does the process do? When you have a process that you can lean into, when you have a process that you can lean into in every area of your life, spiritually, mentally, physically, personally, financially, in your career, all those things, when you have a process you can lean into, it does one thing. It lets you set a standard. This is what I really want to drive home tonight. It lets you set a standard of how we do things. Because I have a process in my construction company, and I had one of my project managers I just hired, Edwin, the struggles of that business and how it's taken off and how blessed we are with it. I heard this guy we just hired in finishing. We have to finish strong and finish well when it comes to coming into someone's home. And he's a brand new guy, but I've known him for a long time, and he's not new to the industry. And he was coaching up some of our shotgun crews, and he goes, "Hey man, that does not meet our standard, our expectation." Well, how do we have a standard? Because there's more than one way to do things. There's more than one way to skin a cat. He said, this does not live up to our standard. But how do you have a standard? Well, I want my standard to be excellence. Okay, be excellent. How do you do that? I'll be good. I don't know, better and good, whatever you want to say. No, we have a process that's called trust. We think, plan, and prepare. In the construction industry, what does that mean? Think, plan, and prepare. When you're framing a house, measure twice, cut once. Because then you don't have to mess up the cut and start over again. Because that allows us to move faster and the correct way and live up to a standard that we live to. So your life, the people that you move with, Edwin, we have to use the trust process to live up to the standard, which allows us not to leave a legacy, allows us to live a legacy. So it's about what standard are you living up to right now in your household, in your career, personally, professionally, with your relationships, with the people that you're with every single day, opposed to the people that you're working with. What standard are you holding yourself to? Is it fixed? Is it like, man, status quo? Been doing it like this. Everybody expects this. This is what they're going to get. This is what I'm going to get. Nobody's going to complain. It's not going to cause any waves. We're all good. Or is it a growth mindset? Let's get a little bit uncomfortable. And if we pushed a little bit forward, what would that give you? What would we really get? What could we do? We don't even know. But what if? What if we did it? I know we can't, but what if we did a little bit more? What if we had a process we went into? What if we took the time to put it up on the whiteboard? Because this time's going to pass. What are you going to do with it? Are we going to sit back and just go, man, yep, same status quo, same S, different day. Let's just keep moving it. Let's just good enough. Forget that crap. Set yourself to a standard. If you do that, you're able to live a life by design. You're able to start saying, I want this. I want it to look like this. And this is what it can look like. And you don't work on leaving a legacy. You sit there and write your eulogy. What does it look like when you die? What are they going to say about you? Are they going to say you lived it? Or are they going to say, hey, man, good dude. Barely remembering.
And Michael, I learned a long time ago, brother, don't talk past the close. That was phenomenal. God bless you, man. And thanks for all you do to pour into me and the Shuffle Nation. Hey guys, fixed mindset versus closed mindset, right?
Let's grow,
growth mindset. Yeah, let's go. Grow. That's right.
Great to see you, Evan. Love you, brother. Y'all have a great day. We'll take care. We'll talk to you soon. See you later, Jim.
Thanks, guys.